Bonjour, comment vas-tu?
Très bien, moyen.
Okay, let's just cut that, guys. We're in the US now,
We're
okay?
in the US,
America.
sadly. Anyways, while you're here, let's plan your ultimate trip to Paris, France.
Let's do it. During this exact time of year, around like April or May, we finally booked our trip to Paris. And it was gonna be my first time. She's been there already before.
The two trips are completely different. Ken plopped them on a Venn diagram and there's a little overlap, but for the most part, our trip was singular. It was its own thing, so I love that so much, and we want to share with you how we got there. We were there for 8 nights, 9 days, from August 14th to 22nd of 2025. So again, we had roughly 4 months from booking our flight to actually being there. So 4 months of the planning process. So again, if you're planning a trip there this summer, this video might come in handy for you.
When it comes to international travels, it can be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And we just want to make it as easy as possible for you guys. We learned so much. I learned so much just going out. There's a lot of obstacles to come across, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes that we made.
So we made them for you.
Yeah. So we're gonna go over our day-to-day itinerary, our timestamps, approximate costs, some honorable mentions, and for sure our do's and don'ts.
You gotta be equipped for this new land.
You don't want to go into it blindly. So let's get into what we flew. Delta Airlines, they really took care of us.
We had decent meals on the flight. We had a non-stop flight. It was just under 11 hours from LAX to CDG, Charles de Gaulle. It was $1,520 for 2 people, aka $760 per person. We'll insert picture here.
We're gonna insert picture. I don't entirely remember, but it wasn't half bad.
We always chose like the meat option.
Yeah, we chose the meat option. What I do remember though is my first time we had on the plane, it was like a whiskey and a black coffee.
Yeah, I think cognac. Where we stayed at Hotel Beloy. This was really close to Notre Dame, kind of in the heart of Paris actually. This was in the 6th arrondissement. We'll get into what that means in a little bit, but it's 4.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad whatsoever. We were there for 8 nights and that cost us $2,100 for 2 people. So if you divide that up, that's $1,050 per person for 8 nights in the heart of Paris. So it's all in context.
Very well.
Yeah.
Just consider every place that you book is
It's
very
a
small.
shoebox.
It's a shoebox. Hotel Beloy was definitely like in the heart of Paris. We were surrounded by everything.
So definitely don't center your trip around the Eiffel Tower. I would say Notre Dame area, Les Marais, I believe is what it's technically called, is where it's at. So how did we get around this giant city? Because although it's jam-packed with monuments and architecture everywhere you turn, oh, by the way, little guest star. Hopefully you guys saw and met him in our first video, Mr. Chu. But yeah, how did we get around their metro system? Because why would you not? It's just so spread out all over the city. There are so many stops. So if you're not doing walking, which is also a great way to get around, the metro is going to help you tackle such an enormous city like Paris. And they're quite clean. We got something called a Navigo weekly pass. That was 32 euros per person. So again, euros are always going to be a bit more. That translates to maybe like 35, 36 US dollars, something of that sort. We'll try to put the conversions for you. But that covered us for 7 days and our trip was 9. So past the weekly pass, each sort of metro trip was 255 euros. So keep that in mind if you are staying for longer than a week, that the rest will kind of accumulate.
When we were taking the metro, we did have to do a lot of walking. You know, sometimes to get to a museum, we get off a stop and it's like 13 minutes to get to a museum. So, but that's the best part, you know, just walking around, checking out the stores, and it's the walking culture.
That's how you find where to eat.
That's just the nature of France.
How is this big city broken up, might you ask? Into arrondissements. There are 20 of them, and it's kind of Paris's little escargot, little snail. So it starts in the center, kind of where our hotel is, the 6th, the 7th, and it goes clockwise, like a little snail shell, all out, all the way till the 20th. Definitely, I would recommend to stay more central to the Seine River. That's what we did. By the way, in this video, when I do say 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I'm talking about those arrondissements, so hopefully it can categorize your trip planning better.
The cost of most restaurants cost around 20 to 30 euros. A lot of the places accept card. I don't think there was any place that really asked for physical euros. So, but I will say this, if you do want, you know, there's sometimes little vendors on the side of the street that sell like pieces of art, bracelets. We got our pictures. We got literally
We got
us.
some portraits drawn.
We got portraits of us drawn.
We'll show you some images
We'll show that later.
If you're planning to convert any money, really prioritize it for the street vendors. Don't mindlessly use it in the restaurants that accept card. You just don't want to misuse it there.
Most patisseries and boulangeries cost around like 5 to 7 euros a pastry. We were going to all the best little bakery shops.
It was hard to just walk out and just get the one thing for 5 euros.
There's so many variations.
Keep in mind, they don't do too much iced coffee over there.
They don't
That's
do iced
really
coffee. That's
that's
an American thing. Yeah, they do a lot of black. Now we're gonna get into our day-to-day itinerary. Okay, we're gonna the juicy stuff. We're gonna go knock down each day. We did have an itinerary. We tried our best to go by the plan, but time restraints, you know, plans just don't always, you know, come through. All right, day one, guys. Yeah, we touched down at 10:20 a.m. The first thing we did is got to our place. We actually walked to our hotel. It really wasn't that far. It was only like 10 minutes away.
If we backtrack from the airport, we did not do a taxi. Oh my gosh, here's already a tip because they overcharge 50, 60 euros immediately just to drive you to the city center. So what did we do? We caught a metro straight out of the airport. And it wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't bad. It was quite, you know, longer than the normal ones when you're already in the city, but it saved us a heck ton of money and it got us to where we needed to be, and it was a smooth ride. Why not? So once we were in the city, we walked just a couple blocks with our luggage. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy at all, you know. So we put everything, we got settled down, and then we went to go pick up our 6-day museum pass, which was approximately $129 per person.
On Get Your Guide. That's an app I got.
This pass allowed us to get full access to all the main museums. So I think it's very beneficial and just a lot easier just to just purchase this one payment and not have to reserve and go on other websites to just get individual museums. It was just best to just do it this one purchase.
I was a little skeptic because I had never heard of this app before. I've always done Viator, TripAdvisor. We can testify that this is totally valid and it worked for us. And they offer 2, 4, and 6-day packages. So 6-day worked for us. So again, we kind of planned out our itinerary based on this pass because it has to be 6 consecutive days. I believe we started on day 2 with the pass. So we picked it up day 1. We didn't use it till day 2 because we wanted it till our day 7 or something like that.
But after we picked up our 6-day pass,
headed over to the 6th arrondissement. And we just stumbled across this lunch spot. Like I said, I planned maybe 40, 50 restaurants when I was in my planning process. But that does not matter when you're hungry and you just want the closest thing in sight.
Okay, so we went to this random French bistro around like 3 p.m. She ordered a Madame Croque? Madame Croque.
I believe.
Yeah, and then I just had a simple cheeseburger, and then we paired it with some really yummy Aperol Spritz.
Aperol Spritz is where it's at. That's the European cocktail.
I was really dying for just something like that.
After that rejuvenating little lunch, we started walking alongside Le Louvre and Jardin Tuileries. I'm gonna try my best to say the French version of these things. They're side by side. And we were still a little jet lag from the planes. They have these iconic little green chairs. We'll insert a picture if we could find it. But we just kind of sat and closed our eyes and the afternoon sun was on us and we just kind of recharged in that way. So
yeah, they actually had a little fair going on. The Ferris wheel, the carnival ride, so it was very lively over there.
Yeah,
so.
And so that walk was technically in the first. So again, whenever we drop those numbers, those are the sectors or arrondissements. After that, we went to Champ de Mars, which is kind of the little park area right in front of the Eiffel Tower. We just wanted to see it already. Day 1, that was the 7th. And again, even though you just heard we were in the 1st and we went to the 7th, they're actually side by side because again, that snail formation, the numbers that you hear are going in a clockwise order, not exactly like from left to right. great.
Towards the end of the day, we finally, we felt successful, and we just wanted to relax on the hotel balcony. I think we grabbed a wine bottle that night.
I think we did already.
There was like a
night one.
shop. There was a shop right next to us. So
I wish I could name drop it, but it was just local to Hotel Beloy.
Yeah, so we grabbed it, and then we just had our glass of wine. We were just watching the city just go by.
Yeah, that was
So
around 9 p.m. and the sun was still out. So, fun fact, if you're going in August, their summer days are long. I think you finally lose light 9:30.
Day 2, around like 8:40 a.m., we finally took a trip to
Le Louvre.
Yeah.
So we had to. So it's just honorable mention. I would say, even though a lot of tourists are there and it is quite crowded, it houses just the world's best art. You just can't miss it.
And this was the first?
Yeah, the first arrondissement. So again, central Paris. They kind of have this little pyramid structure outside you could take pictures by, but I found the actual architecture of the palace quite fascinating.
And then obviously, if you do try to visit the Mona Lisa, everyone else is going to be trying to take pictures of it. But I will say this, the most amazing picture was the piece of art across from it. Everyone was putting everyone was glued to the Mona Lisa, but everyone should have been looking to the cross from it because it was just this amazing piece of art.
It was giant.
Yeah, it was huge.
And she is teeny tiny.
And she's a teeny little thing.
She's really...
it's very annoying how everyone was just disregarding this amazing piece right across from us.
Yeah.
So now it's around 3 p.m. and we're about to check out this cafe. How do you pronounce it?
Lord if I know. Cafe Ragueneau?
Ragueneau, yeah.
It was just right by Le Louvre, right? We were hungry again. It didn't go according to those months of planning I had done.
No, not at all. It was just right there. We were just walking around and that's what popped up. So we were like checking it out.
I liked it, yeah. I had something called, I believe, a galette, which is a savory crepe. So it's like they put meat, spinach, cheese, that type of thing.
Yeah, I had like a really just tasty maple crepe. Then we hit Musée Rodin around like 4:20 p.m.
In the 7th.
In the 7th. Yeah, they just had a lot of sculptures, as you can see right now.
It was more quaint, not as big as Le Louvre. If you're into sculptures, this is definitely the place for you.
After that, we ate around 8 p.m. right now, and we're just walking around the Seine River.
Yeah. You gotta. It literally is this artery all throughout the city, so you're gonna catch it in several arrondissements. So it just happened to be in our path. So again, you just gotta stop and smell the roses.
Definitely, yeah. It's around 8:30 p.m. and we're at the 12th. And we're at Le Train Bleu. I think it was around €6 per plate.
So this was on the pricier side.
Yeah, it was definitely on the pricey side, but you have to go for the vibe.
You gotta. The ceiling art, oh my gosh. It's quite literally in a train station that's still operational. Not like in the restaurant itself, but you have a clear view from outside your window.
Day 3.
Day 3.
We started off with this place called Cozy.
With the K.
With the K. It was around like 1 p.m.
So after that, we did a little bit of light shopping in the 7th. So again, making our way. I'd say City Pharma could be considered a tourist trap, but they do say the skincare in France is way more pure. They ban so many more ingredients than they do in the US, which is better for quality's sake.
I don't think it's a scam. I went in there, I actually had a problem with shaving irritation marks that were like for years upon years. I went in there, I showed them my skin condition.
They have consultants.
And yeah, they had consultants, and I showed them what was my problem, and they actually prescribed me like a really good, ointment to help with that. Okay, now we're at Musée Orsay. It's in the 7th.
Around 3:40 p.m.
3:40 p.m., yeah. And they're very much known for Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
That's the hot spot. They do have like a bunch of sculptures kind of in the middle. It's this nice little gallery walk you could do. All the surroundings. It was kind of interesting to get around. It's like you have so many openings. It's easy to get lost, but in that same breath, you have variety.
Right. On our way to the catacombs, we made a pit stop to Le Café Rendezvous. That was around 2 p.m. Yeah, it was on the 14th. We just had a simple red wine. We had I really wanted mousse, so we got
mousse,
that. Yeah, we got some mousse, and they actually served us a little popcorn. We just wanted to kill time, so
right by the catacomb.
Yeah, I've seen this movie called As Above, So Below, and I think that's what kind of inspired me a little bit to go there, because I didn't know it was a real place when I saw the movie. Supposedly they had raves at this place, so that was really
little gatherings.
A lot of little
back in the
gatherings,
day.
yeah, back in the day. So that was
Yeah.
it was really interesting to learn about the history.
After that, we wanted to head back to the 7th for the Eiffel Tower. I think most days we just wanted to see it in all its glory, because like, I'm a sucker for it. What can I say? So we just strolled around there. That was around 8:20 p.m. And then very close to the Eiffel Tower was the Lovelock Bridge. So we've got a few pictures on there. And of course, we're getting hungry. Around 9:30 p.m. we went to Bambini, which was some Italian food that I really liked. I got a sort of pesto pasta with like ricotta on top, I want to say. This was my last dinner being a 24-year-old. And then to kind of wrap off that day, we went to Cavillo de Hutchett, something like that.
It was on the 5th. It was around 1 a.m. and you'll see this famous little night. It was like a nightclub considered.
Yeah, underground.
Jazz nightclub. You'll see this in
La La
La La
Land.
Land. Yeah, you'll see this in La La Land. Yeah,
Technically.
you see like one part of it. You just see like
Yeah.
the sign, but yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't actually film.
And then they modernize it.
Yeah, they modernized
So.
it. They didn't actually film it inside
Yeah,
the place,
because-
but yeah, there's just the sign they
Yeah, inside it's all rugged and stony, and it's in all its historical glory.
Right.
But La La Land makes a reference to it, so if you're into movie pit stops, filming sites, this will be for you.
That's one for you. Day 4, we're celebrating this little girl's birthday.
I turned 25 in Paris, which sounds ridiculously surreal. I just, in the context of things that have happened in my life, I never thought I would say a statement like that.
Yeah.
But we're 25 in Paris at this point.
We started off at 10:30 a.m. in the 7th, and we tried out a place called Rue Claire's.
Rue Claire, it's like a little strip full of different like food vendors, pit stops, things
Yeah.
like that. So we just gathered a bunch of things. I thought that's just what I wanted to do to start my day off. I just wanted to taste test different pastries. We definitely did our gathering there. But another honorable mention, we went to a place called Maison Bergeron, something like that. They had a mixture of sweet and savory. We went there twice. That was around 12 p.m. again in the 7th, really close to the Eiffel Tower. Although it was close to the Eiffel Tower, I wouldn't say it's a tourist trap. I'd say it was on a more dead, quiet street. Food was just popping. The line was out the door for a reason. It didn't look like people obsessively on their phones. It looked like people genuinely interested in good flavor.
On our way to Musée Orangerie.
We saw some monuments on the way in the Invalides area. That was around 1:30 p.m. Again, going from the 7th to the 1st that are actually right beside each other. I would say L'Orangerie was more modern. There were like some little TVs.
With TVs, a lot of modern art.
So after that museum, we went nearby to the 8th arrondissement to Avenue Montaigne, which is iconic for its luxury shops because it was birthday gift time, and I was so lucky to be treated by a little Dior bracelet by Christian here. So that was really special to get on that day in that city of all places. So yeah, we were just kind of popping into different shops, and that was the one that spoke to me the most. I wish I had it on me right now, but it's just a very subtle, I'll insert a picture here, little monogram type thing. So thank you for that again. It was a very sweet gift. Very close, again in the 8th arrondissement, was Petit Palais. So there are 2 free museums. This is fun. We didn't have to use our pass for this. Petit Palais meaning small palace. So we went that way. Across from it is Grand Palais if you want an even bigger experience. I think we just didn't go in the interest of time.
Around 6 p.m. we hit Bourse du Commerce. It was just the most tranquil little place. We're surrounded by just this big pond, and it has like a lot of these ceramic bowls.
Kind of clinking
And they're
on
just
each
like
other.
clinking each other, and it's like they have like some type of flowing, they have some type of jets in the water to make it go in a circle like that.
But I will warn you that this sort of museum of sorts, they put new installments in different seasons.
Right,
so
right.
what we saw with all those beautiful bowls is maybe not what you guys will see, but that's kind of the fun part about it as well.
We're about to hit 8 p.m. now. We're on the 7th. We're gonna hit the summit of the Eiffel Tower.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
We
Yeah,
had
I
to
know.
do it, guys.
We just had to do it. I know
We
it's
had to
very, very generic to do, but no. It was my first time going there, so I had to definitely conquer that.
He had a little fear of heights, just a little bit.
Oh,
so.
yeah. We were going up the...
It was an elevator.
like
we
an
took
elevator,
up,
and we
although
were
you
going-
can walk it.
You could walk it, which we did at the very end. I think it's every 8 p.m. or what time was it? Yeah.
When it turns dark out, so that depends what time of year you're going, but the Eiffel Tower sparkles for 5 minutes at the top of the hour every hour. Just seeing from the top the 360, like I was pointing out things we had already seen, you know, like on our trip, Le Louvre, Notre Dame, I saw it. So it's just fun how you really do have that view and the monuments are so obvious.
I think it's pretty cool seeing like the geometrics of it, like the shapes of it. Like everything looks very different compared to like US, you know, and they kind of look like hexagonal or something. You know,
like definitely rounded triangles.
Rounded triangles
is something
too,
I noticed a lot.
After that,
Lizzie's in France.
Lizzie's in France,
yeah.
But to be honest, they were not what we expected to be. Yeah, it was like the type of bread that you like munch on and it like it scrapes the top of your roof in your mouth and it was just it just leaves a mark. It leaves you sores in your mouth for days.
That wasn't even the real dinner. We were en route to an Italian place. I wish I knew the name, but it was just somewhere local to the Eiffel Tower. Again, it was more out of convenience, so I totally understand if we may have fallen unintentionally into a tourist trap.
I don't think so. A lot of people were there.
It was pretty authentic.
A lot of Parisians were there, so I didn't see it as a tourist trap.
They didn't cut their pizzas, and when they don't cut it, I feel like that's legit. Like we had to cut it. So.
We had to cut it, and these are just a lot of food, and it really wasn't expensive at all. So no, I didn't think it was a scam. So we're gonna start off with Le Creme de Paris. That's where we had breakfast around 11 a.m. and we're in the 5th.
We went there.
Yeah, we went twice. We went there. Yeah, and we're in the 5th.
Around 11 a.m.
Around 11 a.m. Yeah. And we had what was it?
I really loved it.
Yeah, we had like a crepe situation.
This first time we had waffles.
Yeah, this first time we had waffles. Mine had like some spinach, and I think it had some
feta,
some
like
feta
an
cheese
egg.
on there. Yeah, very, very good. Yeah.
Some salads on the side, and then my waffle had like some sort of thin ham situation. I really liked it. So again, I go more savory for breakfast, and we also got coffees naturally, and I had like some sort of a smoothie. You'll see on the photo, of course.
I think we just walked like literally like 2 minutes, and then there we visited.
A minute.
Or a minute, and then there we visited Shakespeare and Company. So at Shakespeare and Company, they do not allow photos, so just keep that in mind. It's a very popular place, but you know, it wasn't a very long day. So around 4 p.m. we're in the 7th now. We hit the Eiffel Tower because because we were gonna go check out the Seine River cruise.
Yeah, which fun fact is actually included in the 6-day museum pass I mentioned earlier. So you wouldn't think so because it's not a museum, but it was lumped in there. Keep that in mind that you might as well take advantage. If you don't, it's not that pricey. It's like 15 euros for a Seine River cruise. So do it regardless. Kind of loops you around. So again, you have a different way of experiencing the city. So around 7 p.m. in the 4th, so a little bit of movement. I can't remember the name of the dinner spot, but it was in the Ile de la Cite area, and that was the first time we tried escargot together. Hot take, I like them. Do you?
You know, the only thing that kept me going was just, it was like marinated with all like this pesto sauce.
It masks it.
Yeah, it masks it. So I wasn't like,
it's a delicacy.
I wasn't grossed out by them. So I was.
Yeah, okay. So not bad?
Gross. No, not at all.
But, okay, I made a choice several nights later to like order it again, and you did not partake.
No, I didn't partake. I was over it.
He was like, one and done.
So we had a plan of going to Notre Dame, but unfortunately it didn't work out, sadly.
So what did we do? Get as close as possible to the Notre Dame.
Yeah, we were just gonna see it from, you know, the grass is always greener, so we wanted to check it out from the outside,
the facade.
Yeah, so we went to a little winery place, picked up a wine bottle.
Really cheap. Under 10 euros, I want to say.
Under 10 euros, and then we kind of just chilling on the Seine River and just getting wine drunk.
Grab it like savages, and we're just straight from the bottle, guys.
Watching boats pass by, and we're just like waving by, like, oh, hey guys, you know, and everyone's just like judging us from, from a distance.
No, other couples were doing it too, actually. It was very laissez-faire.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't planned at all, but that's actually what stood out to me the most, you know, so. Yeah.
Honorable mention. There we go.
Right. Let's fast forward. Now we're at 9:30 p.m. We're in the third.
To a little place called Corette, just for some sweet treat. And finally, this is a place where the hot chocolate is worthwhile.
It was so good.
So rich.
I still remember it.
It's like drinking fudge.
Yeah,
oh my
it's,
god.
There's
nothing
fudge.
Like it.
It's not like your Swiss Miss over here in Los Angeles.
None of that
California.
powder BS.
No, none of that powder. No.
He struck up a conversation with the waiter a little bit.
Did I?
I took a video of like my plate, and then the waiter was like, "You gotta go for it." I'm like, "What are they talking about?"
But yeah, and then now we're at the 10th, and it's around 11 p.m. I feel like I wanted a Big Mac.
Yeah, you gotta try it out in another country.
It was the one McDonald's out of nowhere, and I had a Big Mac and with some chicken nuggets. So I think we shared it. Yeah, it was so random, but I was just really hungry because not a lot of places were open. You know, a lot of places closed down around like 8 or 9 p.m.
Yeah.
As you can see, we saw this little scary little
like
little baby booster
seat. Then we're at day 6. We gotta go back to Le Crème de Paris by Notre Dame because, like I said, I really enjoyed it. And this time around, we didn't do the waffles. We did crepes. Same deal. I think I leaned more savory, and then you did something regrettable. I think eggplant was
it was like an eggplant crepe, and it was not my cup of tea.
We didn't realize because like the menu, you know, it was hard to understand. We were doing Google Translate.
This was me trying to be a Parisian.
So that was at 9 a.m. We actually got that day started really early because that was Versailles Day. So Versailles is not a part of the 20 arrondissements. So it's not a part of it. So we got to Versailles, pulled up at around 11:30, and we were there for damn near the whole day.
The whole day, yeah. If you go to Palace Versailles,
we even got lost.
We got lost. There's just so much to this place. You know, they have not only do they have all the artifacts, the paintings in there. They have an entire garden for you to like check out.
It's so massive. We did bike riding. We almost did. They have rowboats if you're into that. Yeah. They even have little eateries. Like think of little vendors out there in the gardens because they're like for the people that are gonna be out here for so long, they're gonna get hungry.
So if you love Marie Antoinette, that was actually filmed at Versailles. Yeah. If you were into that, that's also another film location you could check out.
It was actually the backdrop for Olivia Rodrigo's latest music video.
We got lost a lot in the garden.
Yeah. There were
just so many trails that you could just walk, and obviously we didn't have a guide. There was a lot of people that were they actually had golf carts, which was probably the smart way of doing it. Day 7 was kind of just a preparation day, you know, to get ready for Mont Saint Michel. So we started off around like 10 a.m. This is around the 6th. We did a little market run at Montprix.
You'll see them all over the place in France. So yeah, we just wanted to stock up. And then still in the 6th, right by the Luxembourg Garden, we did have kind of a brunch at 13 au Jardin. That's what it was called. And that was around 1 p.m. So it was literally facing the garden. So it was handy dandy for us to now enjoy that garden at around 1:20 p.m. It came out in some music video. I don't know, you knew it from something.
Yeah, so Tame Impala, if you look at the album Lonerism, you can see the gates.
So our first stop in Montmartre was Place de Terre Terre, aka known as Artist Square. So that's where we actually got our portrait done of the two of us, and it was interesting because you would think we would sit side by side for a portrait, but we went one at a time. That's how our artist worked. So you kind of look around, peruse, and see like what style artists you would enjoy. So that's how we kind of landed on ours. So after that, also really close to the 18th, it's still considered Montmartre, but we headed down to the 9th arrondissement around 6 p.m. for Pink Mama, which maybe you've heard before. Not a tourist trap, I promise. They have such good stuff. What did we eat there?
Ooh, we had a delicious truffle pizza, and what else do we have?
Life-changing truffle pasta as well. Both of them decadent with the truffle flavor.
And we paired it with some white wines.
And there was like a big cheese ball situation as well.
A big cheese ball.
We just went for it. I don't know what kind of cheese, but we cut into it, and we must have had something to dip
we had like some
into.
breads with it, and we were just dipping it. Yeah, it was so delicious.
So divine, I promise you.
We are at day 8.
Day 8. Have you guys kept up? If you've stayed in this video, comment a croissant emoji. Okay, we want to know who the real ones are. Go ahead. Only you guys know.
It was a really sad day, to be honest.
We were,
it
like,
was very
nearing the
emotional.
end.
Yeah, we were near the end, but we started up bright and early. I think we got up
Bright
around.
and early.
Yeah,
It was still dark outside.
It was still dark outside. Yeah, I think I got up around 5 a.m. We had to be at the Arc de Triomphe around 6 a.m.
So yeah, that was really close to our meeting point. We had to technically meet at a church close to the Arc de Triomphe.
As we were walking there, we had a little bit of a situation. Yeah, we had all of our delicious little snackies in a little bag, but
Paper
a
bag.
little paper bag. The snacks were not secure.
Yeah.
And then they
ripped
through
through
and they all fell and,
onto the
yeah,
street.
as you can see right here, we were just really sad right
so
there.
then we were kind of picking it up because we're not gonna let all these snackies go to waste.
Absolutely
Someone's
not.
gonna snatch them.
So we had a host, and he was some nice Australian man. He was kind of just narrating the entire trip. He spoke about Normandy Beach, which you all know is where an important part of history in World War II. Touched up a little bit of history on that. This place looked like, well, I think a lot of inspiration was from Tangled, yeah. But honestly,
inspired the Tangled Castle.
Yeah, but when I saw it, I just saw Harry Potter.
Oh,
that's all I saw.
yeah, especially like when you go in the alleyways. But
yeah.
even before we entered, it was kind of surrounded by sheep as well.
So many sheep.
So many sheep and cornfields. So it was just really...
just very majestic.
A lot of tourism.
Yeah,
but...
a lot of tourism. They showed us how they tortured people. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were the last ones on the bus, and we were keeping everyone waiting.
Yeah,
so that was annoying.
So we maximized our time. I want to say we were there probably no more than 3 hours.
No,
which
I
is
think less than that, to be honest.
Yeah, and we had to eat in that same time frame.
Yeah.
So if we haven't mentioned before, this tour situation was $150 per person on Viator. So I think it's worthwhile to see this bucket list item. That's definitely how they described it on the tour bus. A lot of people were fulfilling that bucket list for our last dinner in
Steak and
Paris.
frites.
Steak and frites. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was at a place called Le Relais de la
You don't need to be French here.
Le Entrecote. I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok. I know I did when I was doing my little research. Yeah, that was around 10 p.m. and I think it was pretty good. It wasn't
I think we had like...
they give you a refill.
Yeah, we had like 3 refills.
Yeah, of the steak and frites, which was pretty nice, with some red wine. And then we get back to our hotel and we were packing our lives away
so tired,
at midnight. So day 9, we went back to Eiffel Tower one last time. I know you guys are probably gonna cook us in the comments for this, but we went to the iconic photo spot. I can't believe we're giving this away, but Rue de la Université. That is just such a gorgeous shot of the architecture with a peekaboo of the Eiffel Tower. It's just subtle enough, and that was around 9:40 p.m. Of course, the 7th arrondissement. And after that, we went to Maison Bergeron for a second time for these like savory.
That was like the most normal breakfast I've had like on the entire trip.
It hit the spot,
It just
though.
hit the spot.
It really did. And so after that, we're like, oh shoot, what are we bringing home to our people? So yes, we went to Galeries Lafayette, but Paris does have a couple locations. We went to the one with like the big glass dome on top. It's picturesque, but we went there because again, it was just location-wise the best for us. So that puts us back into the plane at 3 p.m. So that is kind of how our last day ended. Like I said, in order to get in that plane by 3, we had to get our butts over to that airport to, you know, with at least 1 to 2 hours to find our gate. So now, what you've all been waiting for, the major do's and don'ts for Paris, France. Let's see some do's.
Okay, I would for sure get your butt on Duolingo.
Yes.
You want to at least learn just the basic phrases and some of the language, because they do respect you more, especially the servers and everyone that's there, you know, the Parisians. They respect you more, and
they enjoy when you're trying.
They enjoy when you're trying, and they don't give you the stink eye. You know? Don't say
French
hey
people.
man, like don't say hey guys, like no,
No.
you really do have to know their lingo.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next do, carry valuables on your person at all times.
Yeah,
nice and snug to you.
Definitely definitely recommend just getting like a chest bag, you know, so it's attached to you and you know it's in front of you. Yeah, so you don't get pickpocketed.
Because the metros are known for that.
The metros are known for that.
That never happened to
Never happened
us.
to us. Yeah, luckily we didn't have to, you know, we didn't interfere or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
it's a precautionary.
yeah.
The next thing, take advantage of that metro system because it is so vast and developed and expansive. Like, it is the way to get around, and also that walking culture because you're not going to get things so close together in the US. While we were guilty just a couple of times going to those places with English menus, that was definitely not something we were seeking because you want French authenticity and you're not going to get it at the places that are overly commercialized. All right, and the very last point. Do you want to take this away?
Don't overplan.
Don't do
overplan.
it.
Don't
So
do it.
while we are making this video to equip you guys as much as possible, we know that your trip won't look identical to this because I probably watched a million of these videos and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have this exact experience or this one or this layout. But so many things come up in travel in general.
Have a general idea of what you're getting yourself into. Right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. If you really enjoyed this video, we'll definitely keep in mind for like other videos. You know, like we might do a New York video because we've also visited there. We have a lot of footage and content that we took over there. So if you like this type of video, please give us a like and subscribe.
We are so excited to hear where this takes you next. We hope you enjoy Paris, France. Bye.